Liz. Hold on. Okay, it says it's muted, and so on the bottom there should be a little
Gotcha.
hi. Oh my God, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing? I'm so
I'm
excited for
well. Oh my
too
God, I am
hyped
too.
up.
So welcome in. Number one, first off, I apologize for being about 5 minutes behind. My husband, he is painting computer parts with car paint, and he left the garage door open, and my entire side had like the craziest headache. And I went down there, I go, "What are you doing?" And he like shut it, and we cleared it all out. So I had to go do that. Otherwise, I was going to throw up. So I apologize.
Yeah,
So
no,
number
that's
one,
okay.
welcome in. I'm ready, fellow redhead. I want to kind of tell you right before we get started, not only like obviously you know what I do, but how it happens, right? So number one, it's just going to be me. We have an hour, so we're gonna rock it. I'm gonna have a pen. I'm gonna be chewing on it. That's why it looks terrible like this. The next thing is that I'm gonna have a notepad. I don't write any notes about you. I just scribble the entire time. It just kind of allows my body to do one thing while my brain is doing another thing. The next thing, there's a couple of things that go along with this. People always ask, how do you channel? How do you get messages? Depending on how this person was in life, that's how they're going to be in passing. Okay. So if they were really talkative, fun, like a goofy type of personality, then that will shine through. If they were a little bit more subdued, maybe more negative, maybe a little bit grumpy, doesn't mean that there's no love. It just means that that's how they're going to act. And also another thing that relates to this is depending on what happened to them. Let's say that like my last client, really good guy, but he shot himself in the head, and so he is kind of like going over what he was doing, and he's kind of reliving why this happened. So he's trying to fix his own problems, not only within himself but also within his family. And so it's not like gushy, oh my God, I love you, I'm so happy to be here. Like, they're still people, they're still going through stuff, and now they don't have a body. So I don't know what happened, but we'll get into here. Another thing too is that it does feel just like right off the bat, there's a little bit of a heavy feeling. I don't know exactly why, but it kind of feels like I'm getting squished a little bit. So it could be that this person was a little bit more serious. It could be that I don't know. We'll just have to see. And so when I channel, I want to kind of just tell you how it all comes through. So when I zone out, I'm not going to be looking at you. Number one, because you have great eyebrows and hair. The whole thing is like bomb. Okay, so I'll get ADHD and I'll
You too.
say
You
that.
too.
Thank you. See, we're matching. But I'm going to be staring at this really fun light that I have over here the entire time. Okay, and that just kind of makes me not think about anything. The other thing is, so how do they talk? I don't know if this person's ever been channeled before, but what we were trying to do is we were saying, hey, dude, I want you to come in. I want you to use her thoughts, her feelings, get in her body, and make sure you do it properly. So they do it 4 different ways. They do signs and symbols as one. So maybe I'll see a white balloon, which means anniversary to me. Maybe I see a colorful balloon, which means birthday to me. Maybe they show me a Hershey's chocolate bar, which means I'm from Pennsylvania, like weird things like that. Another one is they'll do feelings and emotions. Sometimes spirit talks only with feelings and emotions, like dying in a boating accident is a feeling. Really missing your son is a feeling. And so they'll try to talk like that. And then the other two are that they will try to put me in different situations or scenarios that either happen to them, happen to you, or will happen to you. And they'll try to walk me through it. The only thing about that is that works out really well. But I haven't been everywhere in the US. I haven't been everywhere in the world. So some of the places I'll describe, I'll be describing it off the bat. But if I haven't been there, I'll be like, it kind of looks like, I don't know, Florida, but maybe it's California because it's drier. I don't know, like stuff like that. But because I don't really go to both a whole lot. And then the last one, which is my favorite, and I'm hoping this happens here, you can feel it a little bit, is that I will get words and phrases that just boob up in my head, and I got to tell you what they are. A lot of times I'll have a really dumb look on my face, like, does blueberry pie on Sundays make sense? And you'll be like, yeah, we do that every Sunday. I was like, okay, fucking blueberry pie. Okay. So it's that type of thing. Now, during the whole thing, ask me questions. I'm going to be zoned out. I'm going to be in La La Land and just trying to figure out how they want to talk. So if you want me to go back and hit on something, do it. If you want me to go and try to channel somebody else, do it. If you want me to like focus more on that, just tell me. And the only thing I really need from you two is just to tell me, yes, that packet of information I just gave you made sense, or no, it doesn't. Because what will happen is I'll be like, I think this person's talking about on, back in July, maybe he had a car accident and broke his right leg, and you'll be like, yeah. Okay, so you got it correct. I understood it correct, and then I move on to the next set. Like kind of like that, because that's how they're layering it. So, I want to interview them first, figure out who this is. Um, hmm,
Whoever's around me and anything like that. And I also wanted to do
yeah.
of like astrology stuff later too with my
I
daughter.
Oh, okay. We'll do them both and like have that mix. Okay. Oh, I'll teach you all about that too. Ooh. Okay, who are you and what are you doing? Hang on. A little shy. I don't know. I don't know if they actually were shy. They kind of like stand off in the corner in my head, which is interesting. A little bit heavier. Man, that smell is hardcore. Um, this guy is not an old guy in my head, which means he's not over 70. Who are you? It almost feels like when I'm trying to bring this person through, it almost feels like they like when a little kid does something bad and you're like, come on, we gotta talk, and they kind of like hold their head down. Like that's that feeling of holy crap that's happening here. That's why he's kind of like standing off in the corner in my head for you. Hold on. He keeps talking about other kids. I have other kids or something about other kids. So I don't know what's going on with this. He's talking about being confused, says that he just quote unquote loves them. Hang on, let me move this Zoom meeting really quick out of the way because it just popped up and I don't need that there. Oh my god. Stop. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Hold on. He's almost like caught in his own little thing. I'm gonna ask him what happened to him. He says, I worked my butt off, or I worked my butt off. Um, this person loves you. They say, just tell him that I love her. Tell her that I love her. It feels like in a way this person may have abandoned you. Like there's some sort of like abandoned thing that comes on over here. Like it's almost like I parted ways and like I left you for something else. And I don't know what that is, but there's like a crawling up to on like hands and knees, like apologizing for that. And that would also be very, very hard for this person to do because of how naturally serious they are and how naturally inward they are with their own emotions. Um, hmm. He couldn't fucking think. Literally, those are the words that just came out. He keeps telling you, no, I got you. So this is like dad for you, like a dad? Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not even old. He's not old. He was like what? Maybe like hold on, we'll figure that out in a second. He thinks he's a player kind of in a way. He's like, I said, you are not even old, and he goes, yeah. I gotcha. And I was like, stop it. Why are you being gross? This is your daughter. Hold on. What? I think in a way, like maybe did he choose another woman or something?
I think so. Uh,
Okay, because it's okay. We keep talking about, for me, it would be like a witch. I like to call that another woman or maybe like another lady. I don't know what that is
oh, he
about,
said
but
which? Okay.
I would call bitch, but we'd say witch.
Oh, okay,
That's
okay.
more channeling.
Makes
And this
sense.
person is
Yeah.
this person, like they just show her as being like evil. So he wasn't married to your mom for like at the end of this or anything?
No, no, no.
Okay, cool. Okay. Why does mom for you feel so fleeting for him? Was that like a very young budding relationship and then like cut off very, very quickly? Okay, cool. Because he's just like, oh my God, she's beautiful. But then of course, what does he use? He coins a term like she's crazy, like that. And I'm like, really? Why do we always have to go and say that? Like, come on.
No.
You he this is just exactly, he goes, oh, I'm sorry, I just don't know what happened. Redo, so we're gonna figure out what happened with him. Where are you at? What are you doing? Hold on. You didn't get to say goodbye to him? Nothing. Okay. I go, what was happening? He talks about you. He uses the term because my dad called me baby girl. And he says, like, I didn't even get to say goodbye to her. And I was going, oh, it sucks. He almost appears like maybe he was being a little selfish, and I don't know why yet. I asked him, what did he do? He's funny. You know, he said he was accomplished in nothing.
Gosh.
I don't know. I've never heard that before. He says, I'll tell you what I was accomplished in nothing. And I'm like, because I asked him, are you being sarcastic or are you being for real? He's a work with his hands type of person. I don't know if he had like an alcohol thing going on, or maybe he had like PTSD from some shit too. And it feels like in a way maybe we were dabbling in drugs all at the same time. Like there's like a darker thing that goes here that makes me feel like it's okay to be fucked up. Because I'm running away from my own emotional baggage. He doesn't want to smile, doesn't want to show me his teeth. So something was up with that. He keeps saying he's sorry he left you. I don't know how many times I can apologize. He stands, he puts his neck like this. He's like, what did you do, dude? What happened? It's weird. He makes himself the victim almost in the same way. He says that, he says like, it's almost like he left on his own accord because he feels like he never had the ability to do anything on his own and everybody was always pushing him around and making decisions for him or something. No, it's just because he was being a belligerent little butthead. But he's taking that like victim mentality and I'm like, shut up. He keeps picking up a gun in my hand, in my head. What are you doing? He goes, I go, thank you. Was he like maybe 50? Maybe, or like 50 something? Yeah. How old is
Or
he?
49th birthday.
Okay, okay. Yeah, he's not old at all. He keeps saying he looked fucked up. He says he doesn't like seeing himself that way. He feels like the home that he was in at the end, it's like disheveled and it's like very opposite of you. I don't know why it almost feels like it's nowhere to be found around you at all. So you couldn't, there was not even a chance for you to go see him. Or maybe he like kept himself away that far. I don't know. He's like, I almost feel like this man may be like stuck on Earth. Just because anytime he talks to me, he's not talking to me in what we'd like to call a higher vibration. Your daughter probably sees him or would experience him in some form or fashion. More like in like a shadow type way more than anything, or just saying like, oh, there's this, you know, and you'd be like, okay. Nothing bad would happen. There wouldn't be anything terrible, but it would just make you go, okay. What happened with you? I don't know who this woman is. Were they like fighting back and forth over drugs and alcohol and like beating each other up? Was it like absolutely terrible, like verbally abusive and like bullshit going on?
That's what I hear, yeah. So he I don't know if I should go into the stories and all that stuff, but
Yeah, you're okay right now. Yeah, it's fine
okay,
because he's doing good. He's doing good.
okay, okay, good. Yeah, he left when I was really little. And then he lived in Oklahoma for like probably oh, oh gosh, I was probably like 10-ish when he left Oklahoma. And he
Where
was
are
with
you at? Where were
I'm
you
in
at or where were you
California.
from?
I'm
Oh,
in
you're in
California.
California.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
And my sister and my brother, they did get to go visit him, not on a good, like stuff was going on. So they went out there to go see him and stuff. And then that's
Yeah.
what I heard, a lot of drugs and alcohol and stuff like that and fighting. So Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah, the way he makes me, this is what he shows me. He shows me like a small house. I would almost say like it's a um I don't think it's a trailer. I just think it's very small, or like apartment. And he keeps showing me people, rah rah, will you ba ba ba, rah, rah, rah." But obviously the fighting is because we're both out of our goddamn mind, or like one is in our mind and the other one's out at that point, like having withdrawals and stuff. And he did he end up taking his own life?
That's what we're told, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. He goes like this. He says, I said, what happened with you? What happened? What was going on with this? I said, did you get out? He said, you know what? That's why he was saying that it was in his own hands. That's what earlier. Okay. He says, I just fucking had it. I fucking had it. I didn't know. He's not in his mind though when he does that. Were there questions of like this person or somebody coming in and murdering them? But that actually didn't happen. Yeah.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we questioned,
Mm-hmm.
his wife at the time, if she had done this. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. He says, yeah, so he puts allegations swirling around. And he says, like, she may be angry, she may be fiery, but she couldn't do that, or she wouldn't do that. She says that, he says that, sorry, he's talking about her. What? When he did this, he was very sloppy at it. So he must have been gone, out, like, not really there. Because the way this feels, just FYI, is that we do it and then we live for a little bit afterwards, and we like it's not
Mm.
so I don't know what that is. Did he end up like attempting to shoot himself in the head and it didn't work out very well?
That's what we were told, that he shot himself in the head, yeah.
Head. Okay, yeah. Sorry. I apologize on
Oh,
the
no, that's
brutalness,
fine.
but this is what he's
No,
walking around.
yeah.
This is what he's doing. I'll just get up and I'll show you what it looks like in my head. So he's in this dark room, what would almost look like a living room. I bet he's probably in a bedroom now. And sorry, excuse my my tracksuit. So he's up and he's walking around and he's going, I just didn't, it just didn't, I'm just so done with this. And it's like that. And then he's talking about laying on the ground and we're like slightly here still. And so we're enduring this pain, or we're enduring this agony. And he's talking about at that moment how he realized that it really sucked and he didn't need to do that. Again, it's going into that where he was kind of like creating himself as the victim, but he created the own circumstances that he put himself in. He They never had kids together. She had kids before or something like that.
Um, I know that she had a daughter with somebody else, and then they supposedly the youngest daughter that she has is supposed to be his. So,
Mm, mm. Well, he goes like this. They said, what happened? I said, how are the kids? Where are they at? And he says that those kids, it's almost like maybe they're not his. It's like something from something else or somebody from something else. And he's talking about how there's no link or no tie to y'all. And I'm like, oh my God. So he's like trying to keep that separate. He
but there is also my brother and my sister here in California that are his too.
Those are his. Okay, cool. Yeah, it's like those separate ones over there, wherever that is. And you said Oklahoma or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting. Oklahoma's just been in my world the past couple of days, so that makes sense. He what? Huh. The wife said she witnessed it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
why the allegations.
Yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, he goes, I said what? Sorry, there's a cat hair on my face, from mine. He I go, so what happened? Who was there? What's going on? And he goes, I made her watch it. I made her witness it. And I was like, why would you do that? He says, so she would know what she was getting. Like, it's almost like, I'm going to do this to make you feel really shitty later. Like
Yeah.
that, like to fuck you off. But see, that's him in that moment. That's him in that toxic type of state. That's not him now. But so he's trying to Let's go back. Let me take you back from that. Hang on. Maybe he had he says you're great. He says that you're amounting to a lot. Maybe you don't think you are, but you are. He says that mhm. He's sitting down on a chair right now in my head. I think Dad's in what we'd like to call purgatory, kind of. And he says, you know, I didn't amount to a whole lot. He's talking about like not going that extra mile. So maybe, I don't know. I think almost in a way he keeps showing me in the hot sun. So maybe he was in like, I don't know, mechanics, or maybe he was in like I don't know, something dealing with houses or something. It's more in like that blue colored area. But it's an option where you don't have to show up to work and it really doesn't matter. He's talking about how he didn't amount to a whole lot, and he's saying that he's watched you do it and he thinks it's beautiful and he thinks it's great. He pretty much says that you are better than him and he knows it. And but he also is talking about how with you that one of the reasons, oh wow, in the past 8 years, have you seen like with where you're at and career and family, has that like exploded in growth?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
great, okay. Okay. I don't know what 8 has to do with it. Maybe, I don't know. This guy feels like he's been gone for 20, but I don't think he's been gone that long. But he's talking about how like these literally past 8 years, everything has exploded. It's gotten really, really good, but it's because of him feeling like he needs to push you and do that because he owes it to you. Okay. And so this is what happens. All these little things are happening because this guy owes it to you, because he loves you, because he fucked you over before. This is karma, and at its beautifulest, it's best. He won. He's going through how he's going through the shoulda, coulda, wouldas right now. He's talking about like even when he was there until 10, he wasn't really a part of the life, right? So I don't know what he was doing, how he was gone all the time. He's talking about like missing you walking. He's talking about missing you come up and like yes, you would talk and stuff, but he's missing all of that, and he's saying how messed up that is.
Yeah.
One, yeah, my music went away. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. So our relationship was very distant. He had a stronger relationship with my sister and brother than I did. It's always been a rough to talk about him or think about him and try to build that relationship with him. I never got that chance.
I know. Well, he apologizes for that. He loves you. Your dad is in I wouldn't like to say stuck, kind of. He's getting out of it. He's not stuck, which is why I say, but is he in a rough place? Yeah, but the way he gets unstuck and gets out of it is by helping you and helping y'all. Okay? So that's how he gets out of it. So a lot of people go, "Oh my God, is there anything I can do?" No, you just listen, you let it go, and you say thank you, and you say when these little moments happen that you go, man, how did that happen? There's no way that would have happened like that. It's those moments where you go, thank you, and then you just keep going. That's what that is. That's showing gratitude and appreciation, and that's what all this is about. I want to ask him some more questions and see what has he seen? What does your place look like? What do you do? This is what I'm going to ask him.
Yeah, I'm so interested.
Let's see what he has. Hang on. Let's see, dude. Oh, okay. Sorry. He's like walking around what would be your home, and he's saying it's quote unquote cozy as shit. That's like a funny thing. And so he's showing me like blankets and bubbles and like all of this stuff. And I'm like, okay, so maybe we go into like that, like natural, almost like minimalist at the same time thing going on, like cooler. Well, I don't know. It's interesting. Not like a IKEA type of thing, but it's just, it looks like a Pinterest post. Like that's the way it would be in my head. Maybe you go off of stuff like that really well a lot. He's talking about how, is your daughter young enough to be sleeping with you still?
No, she's 14 now. She did sleep
She's
with me for a long time.
All the time. Okay, he goes like this. He's talking about your daughter and he says, stuck to her like glue, was stuck to her like glue. And I go, what is that? And he's talking about always being in bed with you over and over and over again.
For a long
And so
time.
like overly, like this kid is long at the time that we
Yeah.
get out of this. He says that one, you're worried about making the same mistake as a parent that he did and like them hating you or something, and you need to like let that go. I have no idea what that is. There's something really heavy. That's the best way I can describe it. And man, she's combating you or something like that. We'll have to figure out what's up. Mm-hmm.
That's why I wanted to do the chart thing.
Why? Okay, yeah, we can't because your dad's like, and I'm like, you stop. She won. Oh, okay. Yeah, your dad is funny.
Yeah.
Have we had an issue where oh, you don't seem like the person, man, you don't, have we had an issue where she's had like a boy stay the night or something, or like a sneaky thing?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh, okay. We're gonna leave that there. There's something about, because you have a 2-story home?
No. Not me, no.
Weird. Oh, okay. There's something about a 2-story. There's something about sneaking in a window. There's something about a boy. And I'm like, what does this mean? But like your daughter doesn't leave at night. And so that, I don't know. So this is another thing too. This could be another thing. Maybe down the line, I would even say, like, usually when they talk about it, it's like 6 months. Ooh, just keep your little eyes open, keep your little ears open. And it's almost like maybe this happens at like a friend's house, or maybe this happens at somebody like that type of thing. And so I don't know, there's scandal involved. Nobody's getting pregnant though, which is great, but there's like that, why don't I trust you type of thing, like that thing. Hold on. One. You go, I just don't know what to do with you anymore. So you are at a very tough impasse. What? And you are they're talking about you cooking dinner and you just being pulled in 90 different directions. Maybe you're like this hardcore, I want you to have your own business. I don't know why. But then at the same time, I feel like maybe you're like the director of like marketing or management. I have no idea what you do with a lot of people, talking to them all the time. Like that's kind of what it feels like at the same time. They're hold on, what? What is that? What does that mean? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Hang on. He keeps talking about home office. Are you a crafty person? Are you like a hellishly good crafty person?
Yeah, I always do lots of arts and crafts and make stuff.
Okay.
Everybody's always
Okay.
asking for something. Yeah.
Okay. They say home, he says home office. He shows me a Cricut. I've never used one before. And then he talks about like, yeah, exactly. That for me is like crafty. I was like, what is that? And then he has you putting together like just what's going on in my head. Paper flowers and like all this stuff and parties and like all that jazz. And I'm like, it's like
I've
maybe
thought
you need
about wanting that. Like I want to have my own space like that with like
yes.
an arts and crafts room. Yeah. Yeah.
There's something about, and then he keeps putting Etsy in my head. And so I think that's what I don't know what you do. Do you work in corporate right now? Or what do you
No,
do
I
right now?
work in I'm in nursing. I'm a nursing student, but I've been a CNA for like 10 years. So
So that's why you're talking with people all the time and helping them and directing them.
yeah.
That's why. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Ooh, I don't know if you need to stay there. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's good. I think it's good, but there's a thing about you having your home office and like you have a vibe of like planning parties and get-togethers and like weddings and like all this crap about you that, and you have like a diva type spirit, which is great, to where you could be like this person that would get out there and make everything perfect. I don't know. It's not too far off. Like, yes, CNA medical is amazing. It's good, but you need to be out in the street on the scene, like getting it,
Feel that
like
way.
big ass
Yeah.
binders with different type. Oh, I don't know. Think about it. And don't say you can't, because you totally can, because you'd be amazing at it.
Thank
It
you.
would just be moving over to that. And we'll look at your chart. Why do I feel that way? Because you probably have
And I've
What?
been thinking about that the last year or two, just kind of transitioning from that nursing to that. But I love nursing. I've been doing hospice for 10 years as well, and I really love
Yeah.
that part of nursing. I don't like the other hospital nursing that I'm also into. I'm just like,
No. No. Oh my God. What if you did? Hold on, let's talk about that. Okay, I'm just gonna put this out here and we're just gonna leave it here. And I'm just gonna give you the idea and you just do it. What if we could combine you being a very thoughtful, fun, energetic person that has a very kind, intense, sensitive soul that knows how to make people cross over but also celebrate life? What if you did something down the line, because you're in California, where it's like you have like a party or like a little get together or start throwing that for end of life?
oh, okay. Yeah, I
Anyways,
too.
tell me.
Combining my, once I start getting my nursing license and combining hospice with art and that type, I was thinking that too, just kind of going in that direction to bring that part of me out.
Correct, correct. Well, it's like if you have a woman, let's say there's a woman named Daisy. I have no idea why I'm just bringing up that name. Like a woman named Daisy, and she's 98 years old and she's slowly passing away, right? And you're just like, okay, Miss Daisy, well, what were your favorite things in life? What did you really like? Can you show me, different pictures as your family here or whatever it is? And you just create like this little day where people get to come in and they get to enjoy that, like that type of thing, and you add it in as like end of life celebration care at the same time. And so there's a vibe about getting that together. And so the people that are there to celebrate it are, because what do? They have a celebration of life after they're dead.
Yeah.
They don't get to enjoy it. I don't know.
Joy.
Think about that.
Yeah.
You have a cool vibe about that. Ooh, I'd help you with that. I want to ask him. Tell me, is the person? Hold on. Are you not married to the guy that you have the daughter with?
No, we broke up before she turned 1.
Okay, gotcha. He goes like this. I said, so where's the dad? What's going on with dad and what's going on with husband? And he goes, nope, nope. And I go, okay, so that's gone. That's out of there. He says, next one, on to the next one. He says that, what? Tell me. Your father just said literally, like he would help usher in or usher out like patients. He would help usher out patients. That's weird. That's interesting. I've never heard that before. Maybe it's because he's trying to help you. He's trying to get you to a better place. He says that, are you working for a private company right now?
No, it's like nonprofit. It's kind of like a smaller company.
Okay, cool. He goes, I don't know the whole thing, a whole lot. And so I go, where does she work? What does she do? What is like the type of company? Did they treat her really well? And he goes, like it's smaller. And I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so it must be like private. He says that, tell me. Weird. Have you thought of leaving California? All your
Mm,
family's are there.
yeah. I
Yeah,
don't want to because all my family's here, but I've, yeah, thought about
I
like,
know.
for all that stuff, costly wise.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a very interesting feeling about, I know you're in California and loving it, it's great, but there's a very weird draw to a couple of places. One, for some reason, you're not a Phoenix, Arizona person, but there's something that goes along with Phoenix or like that area, Arizona, and I have no idea why. That doesn't feel like now, that doesn't feel like in 5 years. I have no idea why that would be a thing. But then the other thing is like up in like Washington, like or up in like Oregon, that area. And so that's why I'm like, why are you getting pulled in a couple different directions? I feel like more towards like later in life, you're not so much in California, but I don't know why. It's not like because you want to just leave. It's like something makes you leave or you go because of some reason, but it ends up feeling like you're more up there or up north for some reason. I don't know why though. That's just like down the line. And I think your dad ends up finding some peace because he What? What? He just said, he goes, "I'll go hiking." And I was like, "You don't hike. You're not a hiker. That's not what you do." And he's like, "No,
I
but I'll
hike
try." Um, he is a
hiking a lot. Yeah.
very, yeah, he's a very like rigid man. One, you don't have any of his shirts or anything. You weren't able to get any of that.
Of his stuff?
Yeah.
No, no.
Yeah.
The day that his funeral was, I had to start my CNA school, and I had to miss the funeral in order to continue that, so I had to
My
make
poor
a choice.
God. I know. Okay. Okay. This is what he says. He goes, I said, "So what does she have of yours? What's going on or what happened afterwards?" And and he says, "No, she didn't get any of my stuff. Like nothing like this, nothing like that." It says that she wasn't even able to like make that contact. And I go, "Oh my God." And he says that, um, did he end up getting cremated?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. What happened with like the Battle of the Ashes? What was going on with that?
Oh, I have no idea. I know that I was told,
He keep,
by his, I guess it would be my younger half sister,
yeah.
they wanted to spread some ashes where the house that they had burnt down, but I don't know if there was some issues going on there too. I have no other ideas about that,
Really?
but
Okay.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm. Asked him, I said, "Where are you buried? What's going on? Has she gone to see your grave?" And he goes, "No." Poof. And I was like, "All right, cool. So you're cremated." He, that's the thing. They showed me like smoke. He says that, "Tell her I'm right here. Tell her I'm right here." I go, "Okay, what?" He keeps bringing up, do you have like a live-in person with you right now? Like a partner?
Yeah, yeah, we've been together for
Yeah.
about
Okay, but you're not married, correct?
no, no, we're not married.
No, I'm not laughing at you. This is what he
It's
said.
okay.
I go, "So what about, I was just, how he makes comments is funny." I go, "So what about now? Is she living by herself?" I said, "It's just her and her daughter, right?" And he goes, "Hell no. No. She has like one of those live-in things, you know? Yeah, no,
I
not
got
commitment all the way, just, it's just kind of there." And that's how it came across. And I was like, "Shut up." Um, that's I've never had anybody say it that way before. Hold on, let's see what he thinks about this person. That's gonna be the next thing. Hold on, what? Hmm. It does clean up. Says, hold on. What? Oh, your dad is like butchering this person you live with. I am so sorry. He goes like this.
okay.
He says, "Well, he does clean up ever so often," or this person does clean up after you ever so often. He says, "But by and large, their career is more important than her career. And, but she like, she works her butt off." That's what he's like being all
Yeah.
about you. She says that, he keeps telling you, he says, "You're right. You're right. You're right." That's what he keeps saying, like being this person in your ear. He says that,
Yeah.
what? Has the person you're with, have they gained like quite a bit of weight or something? They're not huge.
We're not a lot, not really. He does work
Okay.
him often, so
Okay. Okay. This is what your dad says. Maybe because your dad was thinner, he kind of was like on drugs and stuff, right? Like that whole thing. He goes, "Oh, it's a big, big boy." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "He's not big because he just looks like a regular person to me." He says, "Oh, he's doing good. He's doing good though." And he's like, "Tell him I said hi." Like he's just like joking with him. He says, "What does he do? What does he do?" Hold on.
my goodness.
Your dad is funny. He's very, when he got off of his like negative Nancy train, you can tell that he was a person that like busts people's balls for fun. Hold on. What does he do? He keeps yelling at the person that you're with and says, "Get off their computer." Are they like always on their computer all the time at home? Is like that a thing?
He's always on my laptop often. Yeah, more than I
Always. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, he goes, "Get off the computer." And I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what it is." That's probably why he's talking about him being an IT nerd or something. I don't even know what but I don't think he's an IT nerd. Hold on. Y'all bought this house?
No, we rent. No.
You rent it. Okay. He keeps talking about this is a house. I go, where does she live at? What is this? Is this an apartment or townhouse? He says, this is a house. I go, okay. And he's talking about like permanently living here, being here for a long time. That's me for buying it. He hold on, go back to this guy. Go back to this person. Tell me. I have no idea. He just puts him with like, hold on. Y'all have like opposite industries, completely opposite industries, it feels like. It's like if you're doing nursing, this person is dealing in like stocks and bonds marketing, like, or stocks and bonds, like capital, like very, very opposite. I have no idea. That's all he's putting that. What does the person you're with do? What do they do?
He has been making like plastic bottles for like 20 plus years. Like he
Oh,
runs the computers on the machines, and he's very, very like good at what he does.
techie, like nerdy. Okay. Oh, how interesting. That is no wonder I've never heard that before. Interesting. Yeah, he's just talking about how it's like the complete polar opposite of it. So no wonder he's also always on computers, because that's what he does. He says that, tell me. Your dad is big on marriage, and I think you're okay with not. And he what? Have you and this person that you're with, you've almost like booted them out a couple of times?
Yeah, we've gotten into it a couple times. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, this is what he says. He says, you better watch her. And I said, what? I said, how's it been? He goes, she's out, like, and I was there for it. And I'm like, can you stop being a diva? Stop it. He, the person you're with is older than you?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, okay. He says, don't, your dad is like above him, and he's like, don't you talk down to my little girl like that. And he makes this guy older than you. And I was like, you are crazy. Not you, him. He is on your team. He knows that you, it's weird that I know you've been with this person for a long time. We're gonna look at charts, like, because I have like 10 minutes, but more than that, but I wanna have time for it. That I don't want to say anything. No, I don't. Ooh.
Say I'm good. I'm open minded. I watch your lives. I'm with it. I'm good.
Okay, okay. I like it for right now, but I think that if you take this thought, if you take this, what you're doing right now, and put more of you into it, and then create, because you're in California, that fly, like it'd be so great. And over here in Texas, like we'd be like, yeah, bring beer pong, like the whole thing, right? It's the whole thing. It's like if you took both of those and like created it into like a brand or a craft, I mean, you're fucking pioneering. You are sky's the limit. It would be the best thing since sliced bread. And this is the whole thing. It doesn't feel like this person goes along with you.
Yeah. There's a sense
Like,
of, yeah.
yeah. The other thing is, yes, you keep this, yes, you keep it going, but it's almost like you're a little tugboat. Toot, 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 slowly taking on water. Toot, 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 toot. Where you feel like you're like drowning kind of in a way, and your dad doesn't want that. And that's why I have a fire in my butt right now to tell you that too. And so I just want to, just no stress,
Oh, I'm
just
good.
breathe. Okay. And I help you. Okay. I want to look at, first off, do you have any questions for him at all or anything? He loves you. He loves you.
It's really emotional, but
I
I
know.
love him so much. I try to think about him every day, and just
I know.
want to tell him that I want to help him. And
I know. He's going to help you. So all you do is you say, this is my favorite thing, and I've talked about this before. This is what I did with myself. This is what I tell everybody else too, because it works. You sit there for a second, especially after the session, because he's here. You take a moment by yourself, go in the bathroom, lock the door if you're more comfortable, and sit there and say, I want to go and I want to do something that my heart desires. I love what I'm doing right here, but I know there's supposed to be more, because I feel it too. There's more, and you're doing great right now, but there is more. There's something that makes your heart sing. And be like, I don't know how to get there. I have no idea how I'm going to get there, but please just help me. That's all you say. That's all you do. And then you let it go and you don't think about it.
Okay.
Okay. And then you give it all up. And then what ends up happening is that things will start happening. Little, gumdrops will show up in your reality, and it's going to be your option if you take that gumdrop or not. Okay. But you make sure you pick that up, because that's them going, okay, so you've picked up these gumdrops the past 8 years. So we need to keep picking them up. But you have to go and you have to connect, which we are right now. You have to set the intention, you have to ask, and then you have to flow. That's the next thing. Okay. So let's look, and he knows. You just talk to him, and I want you to do the sign thing that I talk about with him. So when you're in that moment and you breathe and you ask, then I want you to say, we're just going to start off with it right now. You'll ask for this. So ask for a what are we going to do for you?
I always ask for something now, and I don't know if that's him or not.
Yeah, let's see. Hang on. Hang on. At first, I just wanted you to ask for a red heart. Hold on. One.
I always ask for hearts.
Do you really? Yay. Yeah, that's him.
See them everywhere.
I know. Yeah, that's him. It is. Yeah, he puts red hearts in my head, and I go, no, that's too simple. No, we have to go more complicated. That's what I was telling him. So I want you to keep doing the hearts. Then you're already getting them. He put it in my head. We're okay. So
Okay,
keep
good.
doing the hearts. But
Awesome.
ask for it now. Another thing is that ask for different colors. So say, I want to see a blue one.
Okay.
I want to see a purple one. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, he was like, like,
Oh,
okay. Yeah, he loves you, baby. He's not gone. Hold on, I'm gonna get this. Oh, I love this. This is so cool. You are the bee's knees. Let me go and pull this up. Let's look at your chart, and let's look at daughters, and let's compare. So I bet y'all are karmatic 110%.
feel it.
And we are going to see, and we are going to see how you can better help each other. So go ahead and give me her birthday. So mine's November 7th of 1988. That way you have mine. When is hers?
January 24th, 2008.
Oh, that's your problem. Oh, okay. Hang on. Hold on. And then what city was she born in?
Modesto. Oh, no, sorry. Oakdale, California.
Oakdale. Okay. I was like, Modesto, there ain't nothing out there. Let's see. I have been there before, or driven through it. Okay. Interesting. So I'm gonna have a whole lot of different looks on my face in just a second.
Yeah, almost 2 a.m. I don't know if that's
2 a.m. Okay. Yep. Ooh. You have your okay. So let's go over here to you. I know what's going on. So what about you?
February 21st, 1988, at 11 a.m.
Okay. Oh, 19. So we're both 88. You are, don't think this is bad. You are born on the same day that my sister died, which is very interesting. So that's like my little anniversary secretly that happens all the time. So boom, there you go. Now that's another thing. So it's a sign. And you said so 1988. And then what time did you say?
11:07
Okay. PM, AM.
a.m. Yeah,
AM. Okay. And then 11:07.
Yeah. Mine was 11:07, hers is 1:57. I don't know if it matters down to the time.
No, my birthday is November 7th.
Oh,
So now you have my sister's death day as your
wow.
birthday,
And my
and your
time.
time is my birthday. So okay, so just okay. So what city were you born in?
Oakdale, California.
You were Oakdale. I was gonna say, if you say like Houston, California, I was gonna say good night. I'll talk to you later. Like this is
Actually, the hospice house that I work at is in Houston, California, without the T.
Shut up, really?
Yeah, and everybody's always like, Houston? No, Houston.
See, there you go. See, those are the synchronicities that I talk about that are just boop. So what this means to me is that you are in the right place at the right time. And ooh, no wonder you guys bump heads. Holy crap. So if I was just looking at this right off the bat, I also want to look at your partner too. You are Pisces, that would make sense. You are a whole slew of emotions, honey, and that's okay. This means that you have a lot of feeling and you want to go out there and punch everybody's face in at the same time. And so it's very interesting. So your daughter is a very smart Aquarius, bright, airy, talks a million miles an hour or can. And then their moon is in Virgo, which means I have to upgrade everybody. I have to help everybody. I'm so stubborn. It's my way or the highway. So her way or the highway being very, very smart mixed with yours super feeling, I want to punch you in the face, is karmatic 110% because they're learning from each other. Her communication style is in Aquarius. Yours is also in Aquarius. So if you talk well, but the emotions behind them, not so much. And we'll try to figure that out. The other thing too is that your love sign, how you want to be loved and you give love, is in Aries. So that's hot, fast, fierce. Let's go get this done. Hers is in Capricorn. So it's like, Mom, I just need consistency and stability, and buy me nice things because I like nice things, Mom. Like that type of thing. It also means too that the way that she loves is that she could protect her friends over anybody else. She could protect her people. No, they didn't do that, like all the way down to where like the ship sinks all the way down. This also means too that what she needs from you is consistency in order to feel good about herself. She needs you to say, okay, I'm working this good job. I'm going to be here for you no matter what. I'm not leaving your side. Like, that's a big thing because she's a lot of she's all earth and she's all air, which means I need my mind to be able to wonder and be free, but I also need a grounding cord underneath. Okay. And then you are a lot of you, we'll get into that in a second. You are a lot of water, but then you're a ton of fire, and fire's idea all over the place with a feeling. And so you're going to have to work on grounding yourself and staying stable. And that's why you have all these ideas. And probably for a lot of times people are telling you, no, shut up, no, sit down, no, don't go that way, no, don't do this. And this is also why I would want you in like this. That's why I said like party planning, like getting into that, but then taking this darker way of it. Why? Because you're so much fire in you. You need it. You bring this light, you bring this excitement. That's also why you hang out with me, because I have a lot of Aries in me too, just like you. And so it's like this type of thing. So another thing too is that your Mars, your masculine side, is in Sagittarius. So it's very logical. It's competitive. It's, if you don't listen to me, I'm going to destroy you. And then her Mars is in Gemini. So it's like, I'm going to talk my way all the way out and I'm going to flip to whatever you want, Mom. And I'm going to lie to you. And I may not be correct, but I'm going to be with my friends and this person here. And you're like, it doesn't fucking make any sense, because it doesn't. This also means too that it's going to drive you nuts. So what would it be in a Gemini person? She could be obsessed with social media. She could find her love with that, or like wanting to be on it. That would be a really good thing, actually, if she did something very productive here. It also means too that she may, like, relationships with friends that are toxic could be a big thing, because she's trying to find her stability in her friends if she doesn't find it within her family. So this is definitely karmatic all the way. The other thing too is that your Jupiter, so how you gain your luck in life, is also in Aries. So this is that, yes, let's go get it done and shoot for the moon. Again, getting into that not only with death and helping people, but it's that party. It's that I'm going to be the best. It's let's celebrate. You need that. And right now you're muting yourself. The other thing too is that so your Saturn, your school of hard knocks, if you act in this vibration, bad things will happen. And this is kind of where you're at. So you're trying to like work your way out of it. So your Saturn is in Capricorn. Your daughter, her luck is in Capricorn. So when she starts acting in her love language, and when she starts acting in her best way possible, you will, because she's younger, you're going to guide her well. But because if she acts in like the lower vibrational stance, you're going to snuff it out. Because you're like, no, I don't need to act like this. I don't need to be stubborn. I don't need to, just be too afraid and hoard all my money, kind of like getting like Ebenezer Scrooge in a way. That's what happens with Capricorns. Another thing too is that, so you'll have to learn how to let her fly, but with boundaries. And so you're going to have to learn how to not be so stubborn and like keep yourself in a hole and think you're not worthy of it and all that crap, because that's what Capricorns do. They say, fuck me, I'm going to live in this hole. You are this firework underneath it all, and we need to let that out. The other thing too, which is interesting, is that her, let's say Saturn, how she doesn't want to be like, that is in Virgo. And so that's her emotional state. So she could be a person that could fall in love with somebody and allows them to manipulate her. Like, oh, okay, I'll let that happen. That's fine. You punched me. I'm sorry. Like that. And you'd be like, what the fuck is going on? Okay. But that's because you're Aries. And so we have to make sure that she finds self-worth in herself and stability. Otherwise, she's going to try to find stability in somebody else. Okay. The other thing too, two shadow sides that happen here, which are very interesting. Your shadow side is in Leo, which is not being chauvinistic, not saying, oh my God, the world revolves around me, which is interesting because you have so much Aries and Sagittarius, which is all about me, 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 me. And so you're trying to put yourself behind the scenes. So it's like, maybe I don't want to be the social media star, but I want to be this person that plans these events to help people get to a better place, right? And so almost in this way, you would be having a battle of sense of self of like, am I being chauvinistic? Am I being egotistical? Or am I just doing this because I love it? And so a lot of people are going to come into your life saying, don't be egotistical, don't be this way, give of yourself, because you're kind of like, they're kind of playing on your boundary of, you know, is this my ego or is this what I'm supposed to be? So no, it's just what you're supposed to be doing. The other thing, so with her Lilith, her shadow side is in Scorpio. This means that telling secrets is a big thing. Telling lies can be a big thing. Being obsessed with like darkness and death can be a big thing. Being obsessed with like suicidal thoughts could be a big thing. Watch out for all of this. This also means that maybe they're a person that would want to be emo and say, you know, maybe they get into drugs. I'm not saying that's going to happen. But then again, what this means is that, you know, if we don't find, again, it goes back, if we don't find stability in our family and our mom, then we're going to try to find it or coat it in something else. Okay, that's where that comes from. And then the last two things, which are very interesting, which is why you keep coming back to the death thing, and which is why you keep coming back to the nursing thing. So her North Node, what her soul is trying to become, is an Aquarius. So she's just trying to find out who she naturally is inside, and not based on the boundaries that other people have given her. So she's actually like can be a very techie, nerdy, fun, glasses half full, bright light individual. A lot of people that have North Nodes in Aquarius, they've had the shit kicked out of them, and they feel like life is no fun, and they get very emo and like suicidal in a way. And so they have to realize that they are their own light inside of them. You can do that, my fire stick. And then with you, your North Node is in Pisces. So you're trying to come back to this spiritual, more meaningful side that like that's where you're at. So you're like the healer. It's interesting because you're going from this very fiery, bright persona to like being this more like, okay, go with the flow, healing type of thing. That's a big gamut. The other thing for both of y'all, which is why you could annoy each other but love each other at the same time, is because your second house, your base vibration, is in Gemini. Okay, she has her Mars in Gemini, so she values what you do in communication, helping, social media, party planning, talking. So if you act in your base vibration, which is who you are, which is what the world tells you you shouldn't be until you figure it out yourself, okay, it's going to not activate her in the best way. And then her base vibration, her second house, is also in Gemini. So when mom starts being this way, she will follow suit. Okay. So that will kind of come together. The last one that I wanted to go in is the fifth house. That's all about relationships. That's how you view relationships, how you want a relationship. Yours is in Virgo, which is how she's trying to not be like. She may have some hate towards the person you're with, maybe. She may not like what you do in relationships. She may think maybe you're too meek. She may feel maybe you're too passive. She may feel that maybe you say a lot of I think, and not a lot of action. And so that leads her to go, oh, fuck that, I'm over it. So she wants to view her mother as a powerful person that's stable, not as somebody that's going, okay, I'll just let them do this to me, like that type of thing, which is what she's trying to not be like. And then her fifth house, which is how she views relationships, is in Leo, and you are trying to not be like a Leo. Oh my God, wow.
I'm surrounded by Leos too. It's crazy. I don't know why. Everybody close to me is Leos. So I'm like,
well, It's because that is your lower vibrational self and you're trying to get away from them. So her fifth house is in Leo. And so when you see her acting that way, you're like, why are you doing that? Stop. It's because you're learning about yourself. You're trying to get away from that. Yeah, this is karmatic all the way, but you can both bring out each other's greatness too. This would be a very successful pairing. And like down the line, if you got the stability for doing this, she would be an excellent person to help you with this because she has so much Capricorn and Virgo, which is all about logic and grounding and schedules. And if you just get her into that, sky's the fucking limit with that. Let's talk about the partner real quick. What is their birthday?
July 26th, 1972.
Oh, okay. Hang on. Oh, yeah. No wonder he was giving you shit about that. Okay, hang on.
Yeah,
It's okay. So July 26, 1972. Do you know what time or area?
I don't. I know Modesto, California. I don't know what time.
Gotcha. Okay, hold on. Mm, okay, let me go here. Ooh, all right. I'm just gonna look at this real quick and be like, why do I feel this way? Why does he feel this way? Okay.
Give it
If
to me
you're with
straight.
this Okay, if you're with this person, you're never going to get up to what you need to be because you're going to be in constant conflict and correlation with yourself. His sun sign is in Leo, his communication style is in Leo, his masculine side is in Leo. You are trying to get away from being like Leo. His north node, what his soul is trying to become, is in Capricorn, which means he's trying to become stable. This is why your daughter could maybe like attest or not really care for him a whole lot because she's trying to become Aquarius. So he's the person that snuffs out the fun and the light, and she's the one that tries to bring it. Another thing is that his Lilith, his shadow side, is also in Scorpio. So they have conflicting viewpoints, which means that they can be very cynical towards each other. He's like, oh, I don't understand why you're so sad. Like it could almost be like pokey, like, why are you being that way? And that causes her to lock down and shut down even further. The other thing too is that his second house, his base vibration is in Scorpio, which is the opposite of what you and hers are. Yours is in Gemini. It's light, it's talkative, it's fun, it's airy, it's everything. And this is like, no, we just need to be quiet and mellow and manipulative. Not saying they're a bad person, but when it comes to being around you, this is the opposite of what you want to see. This is, you are a kerosene lamp, this person is a deluge of water coming on top of it. Okay, sometimes we need water, but not on lamps. The other thing too is that their moon, his emotional side, is an Aquarius. So your daughter is an Aquarius, right, on the outward side, and so they would kind of like mishap with each other. His Jupiter, which is how he gains his luck in life, is in Capricorn, which is what your Saturn is. So he's past life energy all the way through. And then his Saturn, which is how he shouldn't be, is in Gemini, and that's what you and your daughter are.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just going to leave that there. If you said, look at this, I would say you and your daughter are each other's saviors 110%. This person would, even though they would be a nice person, they'd be very nerdy in a great way. I would find them fascinating to talk to. Maybe a little bit too chauvinistic in my book. Maybe they're not. They like to focus more on them than everybody else, and they like to be recognized for their accomplishments. And you would just be like, you kind of get really, really sick of it. I would at least. And they're not going to support you and push you up with where you want to go. They would like you to stay and stick in that same pattern because their second house is in Scorpio, and they like to control. So if I would say on a rating scale of 1 to 10, that would be a -6. And I'm just going to leave that there.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Some
You're
stuff I
welcome.
already have it in my head about, so
I know, but
already
this
there.
is the whole thing. You don't have to do anything today. You don't have to do anything next week. You don't have to do anything next month. But what you do is, remember what I said. Don't be the person that says, I think, I think, I think. Be the person that says, I do, because you are an I do. But you've been made to believe that you are a I think.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay? Because that's what happens.
Okay.
Okay. And your dad is a wonderful, amazing person, and he's going to be around no matter what, giving you fucking hearts. That was wild. And just know it'll be okay. And if you ever need to yell and scream, please give me a shout out. If you ever just need to say like what direction I need to go in, just let me know. I would say definitely you have this, I think another reason why maybe you go around nursing and death and everything is because maybe in a way that's your only form of peace too. Think about that. So, but it's also chaos. And so you have this light, airy thing that you and your daughter could create. It's all there. You just have to allow yourself to do it.